Okay, so hello. So, I had an individual come to me. It's a man, and oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's a man, and he has a crush on a tarot reader, but I don't think it's a crush. I think it's a lot more than a crush. So, this man is brooding with emotions on the inside. Like he can feel it on the inside of his body. Okay. So, he wants me to deliver this message for this woman who is a tarot reader. She must be on YouTube. Yeah, so she's on YouTube. Okay. So this man is actually in love with you. Ooh. Okay. So I don't know who is who and what is what. I'm just going to read the reading. So somebody is doing some reflection. Devil in reverse. Four of Wands. Tower in reverse. Queen of Swords. Is that our girl? It's not our girl. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Well, damn, is that our girl? That's our girl. She's projected. So, is this some type of telepathic communication that the two of you are having? Excuse me. Okay, so this is a telepathic communication that you two are having. So the thing is that the communication between the two of you is a little chopped and screwed. So I feel like that's why he's calling me to. Okay. It's more so that you have a message for her. So for the woman we're talking about, you know the man that I'm talking about. Because y'all are having telepathic conversations. You know who this person is. So he wants to say that he knows what you did. He also wants you to be wise. Why would you want her? Why would you tell her that? Okay, she is kind of going through things. So the thing is what I see from this tarot reader. Um, there's a decision that you will not make, and I think it's based around this man. If you say you are a priestess, if you trust your intuition like you say you do, if you are who you say you are, he's wondering why you have not reached out to him. What he sees from you, he wants you to be wise. Because maybe he's trying to manifest you, or maybe he's trying to teach you how to manifest him. So he's trying to get you to mirror his feminine energy, which is the Queen of Swords. As a tarot reader, you know what the Queen of Swords is and what she represents. I think that you're an air sign too. I pick up air sign or maybe like a Taurus. But you could be a Pisces too. I mean, I don't know. So, because the communication is chopped and screwed, this is what he's been trying to communicate with you. So it looks like he's inhermited. If he's inhermited, that means he's spending a lot of time alone to himself. So he's tapping in. It doesn't look like, oh, you do have the magician in reverse here. Yeah. So he's trying to teach you how to manifest him. I guess how to align with him. So the thing is that you have a hard time with the truth. He's the type of person to where he's truthful. Okay. So this is more so of soulmates though. You know, I get so tired. I get so tired of these YouTube connections in the spiritual and in the manifestors community. Why motherfuckers is just not reaching out? And my thing is, the men, y'all be getting on my fucking nerves because it's kind of like, well, not this person here. This person is actually like really trying to teach you. But for the most part, it's kind of like men want to be able to manifest you because they want the control and they want you to come to them. They want you to approach and reach out to them. And it's crazy because it's like they do this shit only to ignore you. So it's like they want you to chase them. It's crazy. This is crazy. My thing is that if you have had experiences, I don't think that you've had experiences like that because you're dealing with somebody who's very advanced, who's very tapped in. So if you have had experiences with other individuals and they've tried to play you, this person is not playing you. This person is really trying to teach you. I feel like they really want you. And my thing is, you know that they do. There's a lot going on with you. You got the devil in reverse. I believe you have trust issues. And you like this person as much as you like them. It's like when you start obsessing about them, when you start lusting over them because you're highly attracted to this person. But it's like overstimulated. So I always compare this to the cat. If you pet a cat, if you stimulate a cat too much, it goes into rage. It gets triggered and it gets upset. But the thing is that I pick up, you get tired and you get annoyed sometimes with him because it's like he's always taking you out of the lust. He's always cutting your attachment to him with the truth. You know, you don't like the truth. And it's kind of like every time he tells you the truth, it's like you don't know how to alchemize your emotions. So you're very emotional, you know. Dealing with him is too overwhelming. It feels like a burden. I think it feels like a burden because he conflicts you a lot. Because you're thinking, I went through this too in my earlier journey. So it's kind of like you want to be in the love, it's like you want to be with him in one way all the time. But he's constantly trying to show you who he is. Now it's to the point to where he wants you to be able to mirror and reflect his feminine. I think you have control issues too. You know, like in your personal life and your personal relationships. You know, you may be the type of woman to where, um, you know, men be freely giving up control to you. You know, it's not like a total control, but it's like, I want to say mental and emotional. But this person knows you too well. They see you too well. It's like you're more transparent than what you realize. This person is really advanced. With the Hermit card here, this motherfucker got old soul. They're like ancient. You know, they can see through you. So, and of course, who you are personally doesn't have too much to do with your gift. So, you know, as you can see, I'm not incorporating with, oh, you're supposed to be a priestess, you're supposed to be intuitive, so you're supposed to be this, that. It's not about that, you know, because he's trying to take you to the next level or another level, you know. But I can tell because it kind of causes for you. It's he he can see what's going on, but it's kind of like maybe you cut him off or you shut him off. You know, you have been overwhelmed with the experience of him, and it's like sometimes you want him so bad, you start to get sad. You start to get depressed. You know, it's like you're always watching your phone, always on YouTube. You may even always be watching him. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like when the wheels in your head start turning, it's like, what am I doing? What am I really doing? What am I really doing? You know, like you start, this man does not want me. This man won't even reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here in my head all the time when it comes to him. I feel him. I'm experiencing him. There are times to where I hear him. We talk, we communicate. But this is all too much. I want the real thing. Right. So you definitely can have the real thing. But the thing is that he's had a lot of experience with this. So he knows what he's doing. He's trying to help you. In a way, it's kind of like you don't want to be read, but I told you, you are more transparent than what you think that you are. He can see through you very easily. He can see who you are, like you are a reflection, a mirror of his feminine energy. And he wants you to be in that. But it's very contradicting, right? Because the Queen of Swords is about the truth. But then you have the Sun card in reverse to where when you don't like the truth, it affects you emotionally. The Queen of Swords, she doesn't get affected emotionally by the truth. You see what I'm saying? So there are some things that he can see. It's like he's trying to put you in a healthier state. He wants you to be a healthy match, a healthy feminine. My thing is, for the man, have you ever thought about maybe she's just this way when it comes to you? But that don't matter, because even if that is the case, she still has to. Okay, okay. So you are aware of the type of effect that you have on her. She is feeling, she is thinking that you're trying, like she keeps telling herself she wants to be taken care of, but she's more independent than that. So what he's saying is that he don't want to take care of you. He wants a partnership. You know what I'm saying? And his vision of partnership is working together. He got the 4 wands here. He wants y'all to grow in the same way. I think he works at home. Does he work at home? You work at home? You want her to work at home. He wants you to work at home. But I have a feeling there's something very social about you. You enjoy being around other people. You like and you enjoy attention from other people. You like socializing. And right now, there may be some situations going on around money. And you're not trying to hear anything he has to say. and this is the shit I be talking about with these men trying to manifest these women. That's what I'm saying. You sitting up here from a distance, wanting this, wanting that, trying to do this, trying to do that. But she's going through things in her physical reality. You're behind a fucking screen. Like, let's, a woman is not going to take you serious. And just like this woman here, to where when she gets overwhelmed by her feelings, it's kind of like, to her, you have to be provided to feel good. She don't want that honest shit. If you were in her life, if you were in her physical reality, she can take it. She can be whatever you want her to be, but it's kind of like she's a little stubborn. But then on top of that, she's going through stuff. Then on top of that, it's just like, how dare you? So men need to understand, like, women be feeling dumb, women be feeling crazy, because it's kind of like when we're telepathically connected, it's we're telepathically, I don't know, in a nutshell, women are not going to take you serious because you're not doing anything but playing behind the screen. That's what it is. If you want somebody, to go for her. But it's kind of like he may know that if you're not in a healthy state to be able to handle him, then it's like it's not going to work anyway. So that's why he's trying to help you. I get where you're coming from, sir. But realistically, she's tired of that shit because she's not getting any results. And when you are honest with her, she does not like it. And it does something to her emotionally. You know this, but you're trying to do shit behind the screen. It's not, this is the type of woman, she's not going to respect you. You're not there. I understand that that is not the manifestor's way. I don't understand why you just can't communicate to her that you want her to be wise. You want her to think about things before she says them. You want her to be you want her to be detached. You want her to be honest. You want her to be able to give you honesty. You know, you see all of these things. You see her. But are you seeing the potential of her, or are you actually seeing her? Because it seems like she's making it clear, I don't want an invisible boyfriend. That's what it's giving, honey. You know, there are a lot of women who they leave the spiritual and like the manifestors community because, you know, they get tired. They get tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems as if the men are playing games. So let's come out of the spiritual stuff, right? This situation is equivalent to the scenario I'm about to give you. There's a woman and she meets this man in another country, right? But she comes from this country. She met this man over social media. When she communicates, when she reaches out to this man, he communicates and he reaches out to her. So they get to talking, right? You know, sending pictures, face chats, text messaging, you know. Let's say that this man is catfishing her and he's using her. You know, like she starts sending money. You know what I'm saying? That's mind control. That's mind control. You know, it's kind of like he wants to put her in a position to prove to her how much she likes him and has faith in him that one day they will meet up and be together. But the shit never happens. But she was sending him money. You see what I'm saying? It's like a catfish. She feels like you're catfishing her. And in the scenario I gave you, that man had no intentions on actually being with that woman. All he wanted was money from her. So with this woman here, she doesn't know what the fuck you want from her because you're not moving towards her. You're not communicating, reaching out to her. It's all behind the fucking screen. And in her physical reality, she's really going through things. And I'm talking about within herself, with dealing with you. I understand you trying to teach her, but this is the way that she's thinking. So, you know, the situation is unrequited because she's not enjoying the romance. She romanticizes you. There are situations too going on with like work and her kind of trying to figure out what it is that she wants to do with her life, what direction she wants to go. That's what I'm saying. She got personal things that she has going on with her. It's like, you know, life is really lifing right now. I need someone to be here with me. I don't need you trying to school me or trying to teach me behind a fucking screen. Going back to when I was talking about those women who have left these communities, you know, those women are very damaged from their experience dealing with these men and this manifestation shit. You know, they're into different things outside of the spiritual community, but you can hear how damaged they are in what they're talking about. So, okay, so let's say that there's a woman giving relationship advice. Okay, so she was in the spiritual community, manifestors community, whatever. She got out of that. So now she's giving relationship advice. And when she talks about relationships, she says things like, you don't deserve a ghost boyfriend. You deserve a man who is actually there, who's actually going to show up. But at the same time, typical average programming of convenience is pretty much going for the most convenient thing because it's convenient. When it comes to manifesting, that's not what it's a different human programming. It's not even a human, it's an upgraded programming in human perception, we'll say. So it's real glitchy here. It's real, bruh, she's not feeling that shit. She's not feeling it. Either you're gonna make a move, either you're gonna make something happen, you're gonna do something. But what he's trying to tell her is that he wants to get engaged. He sees a life with her. He wants to get engaged. He wants to take you out. You know, he wants to move in. He wants y'all to move in together. But he knows he wants the healthier version of you. But it's just like, how you gonna want the healthier version of her, but she going through stuff? I mean, that is the perfect opportunity to get her practice on. I'll give you that. But I don't think Sister Girl going for that. With her cards ending and the Two of Swords in reverse, she has not made a decision to cut out what is not serving her yet. So I think that's what's keeping her between high vibrational and low vibrational. You know. What he's trying to tell you is that he needs a specific type of woman. You are that specific type of, he knows that you are that woman, but he also knows, like I said, the effect that he has on you. So he can't help but to be himself, and he's not going to change. He's not asking for you to change. He's just asking for you to be the healthy version of yourself, your feminine self. It's not that, and that's what I'm saying. You may think like, oh, he's trying to change me. He's trying to do this. He's not trying to do that. And even if you know he's not trying to do that personally, it just looks like you're not trying to hear what the fuck he has to say. It's like, dude, where are you? Why are you not showing up? This is very complicated. It's just complicated because of the programming. You know, right now in her life, it's too much shit going on for you. I don't know. I want to say for you to be trying to upgrade her, upgrade her programming. But at the same time, taking our perception higher will always help us through whatever we're going through. I do know that from personal experience. So I believe what he's trying to say is that a part of why you're going through the things in which that you're going through is because you are experiencing what he goes through too, what he's going through too. I think that's why she cut the attachment. That's why she let go. But that's why you told the truth, because you knew she would let go. So what he's trying to show you is that he needs you to be healthy. More, he needs you to be mentally healthy because what you're experiencing in your life is what you will be experiencing with him if y'all were to get together right now. So what you are showing him with how you're dealing with things is showing him how y'all would be communicating, how you would be handling situations. You see, this man really likes you. He really loves you. He wants something long term, but he needs to know you can stand the test of time. And with y'all being at a distance, he can see you clearer. He can see you from multiple perspectives with being at a distance from you. So, like I said, you guys are telepathically communicating. So it's kind of like you guys are spiritually dating. So what goes up must come down. How you're acting, responding, and behaving now while life is challenging is showing him how you would act, behave, and respond to your life, to yourself, and to him if things get challenging too. He don't care about what he sees because he knows who you really are. He's just trying to help you to be your health, be your health, be your healthier self. She says, child, her ass ain't trying to hear this. She ain't trying to hear that shit. She ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. And my thing is that she is funny. I bet you she's sarcastic too. So, she is funny. I get where she's coming from, but I get where you're coming from too. You know what I mean? And like I said, you're not worried about what you're seeing from her. You know that she can, that she can cope the way in which that you can cope. But it's kind of like, are we going to be able to cope together? So she's pretty much showing you, you know, she's pretty much showing you that she would like walk out on you when times get tough. And because of what she's going through, if you were to tell her that, she's not trying to hear that. So I see more of where he's coming from because it's kind of like her way of perceiving is like negative. Yes, you are showing him who you are during the times of adversity, but like I said, he don't care about that because he knows who you really are. But it's kind of like even during the adversity of things, I still need you to be healthy. I still need you to mentally be healthy. I've said what I had to say. She don't give a fuck. I'm trying to tell you. Because she's going through, I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. But to her, what she's going through it by herself, even though you're going through the same thing. You're just going through it in a different way. So the way that you're seeing it, you're just like, if we were together, she wouldn't know how to deal with this. She wouldn't know how to cope with this. When it comes to her, as of right now, it's kind of like, you're damn right, I'm out. This is too much. Right. I have a feeling you're the type of person, you are an honest person. You're a happy person. You have a lot of responsibilities. Okay. Then on top of that, I think that you are attractive, very attractive. And you kind of deal with maybe like a lot of love interests, maybe a lot of options. Okay. You're somebody to where you receive. I mean, what is the difference between realizations, being enlightened, and epiphanies? They're all different words. But what is really the difference? You know what I'm saying? Because you're the type of person to where you're always realizing things. You're always coming into the realization. Divine intervention is always stepping in. You are a very magical person, I can tell. I think that magical shit happens to you on a daily. But whatever. I pick up you're a very fair person, very just person, very honest person. You're somebody who takes initiative. And then on top of that, you handle everything with enthusiasm, and you move very fast. You move quickly. You have no problem with cutting out what doesn't serve you, but you have to remember, you're more seasoned. Is there an age difference? Are you older? She's older. Oh, well, shit. If she older, honey, she over it. You know, you see her, you perceive her in one way, but you're lacking compassion and understanding. You're lacking that. So you're not. I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying, but she's older. She's had her experiences. And then on top of that, if you're younger, it's like she ain't trying to deal with. She not trying to deal with a quote unquote young fool. You know what I mean? I get. She's done. If she come back, she'll come back. But for the most part, it looks like she's done. You know, you as a young man, you too have things to learn about women. And the number one thing that I pick up is compassion and understanding, especially if she's older, like if she's had a lot of experience and then she's been here a little longer. She's had more time. It's really about experience. She's just had more experience. The clock is ticking. She don't have time to sit around and to wait and to do this and to do that, especially if she's going through things in this period in time of her life too. I kept avoiding the word potential because you do not see her potential. You see her. You see her for who she truly is. You see the healthy version of her. But she's not willing to cut out anything about herself. She's more so willing to cut you out. So it's almost as if you're making her choose between herself and you. She gonna choose herself. That's what it looked like. Okay, so we've communicated. That's all. Is that all that you want? You want a solution to this situation? There is no solution to this situation. There is no solution if both parties are not on board, because it takes two. And like I said about the word potential, it's like you're seeing her potential, but that's how yeah, it may be true. What you see, what you see in her, it definitely may be true. It is true. But you ain't doing enough, honey. You ain't giving enough. You ain't doing enough. But it seems like you making demands and I don't know how to explain this shit. It's crazy. She's over it. She's not willing to change herself or squeeze or suppress any part of herself to make room for you. So, it's kind of like either you're going to be patient, because she'll be back. You know, she tired though. Like, she's needing to feel free from you and your expectations from afar. You know what I'm saying? That should make you feel crazy. Like, damn, why does this person have so much mind control? And it's not, you don't have to see it in a way to where it's mind control, but without any type of results. That's what that shit feel like. It feel like you just want mind control. And it's just like, well, what do you want that for? What are you doing? Why are you wasting my time? Why are you selling me a dream? You know? I mean, personally, the two of you have the right to be yourselves. It don't seem like this situation is going to work. And if it's going to work, you got to give her time. Because it don't really seem like, I agree with her not suppressing herself to make room for you. I was watching some shit. I was watching some shit on YouTube one time. And it was a dude, his name was, I think his name was Andrew Tate, right? So this nigga was snapping. He was just like, What's up with all this passive income bullshit? He was like, all I hear is passive income, passive income. And he snapped. He said, I forgot what he said, but I think he said something like, why don't you get the fuck out and do it, you know? You know, so this is what it's giving me. You know, it's kind of like to her, it's like passive income. You know, but what about actually getting but what about actually doing some shit? You know, working hard for the passive income when you can just take control of your life and do what you got to do what you want to do. That nigga say passive income. All I hear is passive income. That shit was so fucking funny. That was, you know, I never heard of Andrew Tate before. That was the first time that I saw um one of his videos. But you know, he too rough. He too rough for me. I can't listen to him too much. He too masculine. You know, he you know, it's just too masculine. So maybe that's what you're trying to say to her. Are you trying to say that she's too masculine? You're trying to say she's too masculine. I think that she's mentally. You think that she's mentally masculine. You know, the way that she thinks. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's heady. She may not want you messing with her head or getting into her head. She lets you do it because she lets you do it. But now, because it's overwhelming her and it's like torturing her silently, you know, it's driving her crazy. Then on top of that, she got real shit in her life to deal with. And so you just gonna have to call it quits until she come back, because it looked like she walking away from your ass. You know, you're more tapped into your feminine energy than she is, but it's more mental. You want her to have more of a feminine mind because you want her to be, so she's more of a modern day woman, right? She's more modern day. Do you want her to be traditional? Oh, you want her to be more traditional. So my thing is that why you won't say that? We could have easily just nipped this whole situation in the bud. I could have just came on the audio and just been like, girl, he wants you to be more traditional and less modern. Because that's what it is. Look at you. You took us through 52 minutes. Well, when I speed up the video, it ain't gonna be 52 minutes. But you took us through 52 minutes just for that. You know, why don't you just tell her, I like traditional women? She can choose, you know, it's her choice. See, you trying to gain control. You trying to play head games. You see, she could pick up on that shit. She's not feeling it. You know, her spirit, her soul is telling her something ain't right. And the thing is that yes, it's creative in the way in which that you're trying to do it, but get to the point, nigga. Just say, I want you to be traditional. I like traditional women. You know, then that way you give her a choice. She, you know, I think that you're misrepresenting yourself in this situation. That's what it is. You know, I have a feeling that if you were to tell her that, you know, you think that she would reject you or say no or get offended. But so it's kind of like you're trying to go all the way around the world and back when all you can do is just be straightforward and say what it is in which that you want. So yeah, it seemed like you playing games. So yeah. So there it is. He wants you to be more of a traditional woman than a modern day woman. He wants you at home. He doesn't want to feel demasculated by you. He doesn't want to he doesn't want you to dominate him. You have a very dominating personality, a very dominating mind, you know. He wants you, I'm pretty sure he knows he's a man, but at the same time, you know, he wants his woman to he wants his woman to make him feel like a man too. You know, most men, they like hard, they like aggressive, they like real strong women. because sometimes they get off on handling that type of a woman as if you're some type of animal. You know, this guy is like a gentleman. He doesn't want to handle you. He wants to love you. He wants to take care of you. You know, he wants you to submit. You don't have to. The Queen of Swords is not soft. She's soft on the inside, but she's like tough love. So I see what he sees. He sees you, but truth is, he wants you to be more traditional. He's not threatened or intimidated, but I mean, he has his desires as a man as to, what he wants to receive from a woman. And what he wants to receiving is the feminine. So, he's pretty tapped into his feminine and his masculine. I think that he's trying to be catalytic within his feminine energy. So it's like with being a catalyst, it's kind of like he's being the example. He's showing you what the healthier version mentally of yourself is and looks like. But it seems as if you're turned off from it. So, that kind of takes us deeper into the realization of you. You know, you 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 may not appreciate the healthier version of yourself, maybe because it makes you feel weak, because you're very strong. You don't want to think feminine. Most women don't, because we don't feel safe. Some women just want to be equivalent to the man. Some women just don't feel safe. But I will say that in your cards with the justice in reverse, it is given like toxic, a little toxic. It's just when you deal with him personally, y- you know, you want him to make you feel good all the time. But he's showing you that in your healthier version of yourself mentally, well, I can't say that because I was going to say, you don't make him feel good, but he likes the truth. He likes the truth. He doesn't have a problem with the truth. He's a very honest person himself, but he wants you to think about the things in which that you say before you say them. To him, you're too free. You do what you want, you say what you want, you go where you want. He really likes you. He's willing to work with you, but he wants you to meet him halfway. So he wants you to put in the work to grow in, accept it, and appreciate it, your mental health. And he wants you to be traditional. He wants to be the man in the relationship, and he wants to be a man to you. He takes pride in that, even though he is tapped into his feminine. He's tapped into his feminine in order to be able to identify his feminine on the outside of him. But the choice is hers. So now that we've put it out there, she can think about what she wants to do, what she chooses to do. Okay? So, God. So, we're going to end it there. Until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.